Alright class, today we are going over art vocabulary. So what I have for you, I want you guys to pass this around. Take one and pass it around. There's a couple different ones, so make sure the one, that's fine. Alright, so you go ahead and get started on that. All of the words that are on your list that you're going to be finding, I want you to pay attention to how they're spelled. And if you know what they mean, go ahead and write that down next to the word. If you don't, we'll go over them so you'll still get to understand what they are. So start looking for the words. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that, and then we'll start going over them. The first one, you guys already know, acrylic. It's a type of paint that has resin in it, and it's usually used for painting pictures. The thing about acrylic is that it dries a lot faster than oil paint. And oil paint is another type of paint that's used in painting pictures. So acrylic can be used for certain things, but it doesn't blend really well, not as well as oil paint, but it does dry a lot faster. So if you have something you want to paint and you're on a time crunch, you'll want to choose acrylic over oils because it'll dry a lot quicker. And it also has just very nice colors in it too. It has just as many colors in oil and in acrylic, so you can still choose between what colors you need for a particular project. Does anybody know what absorbency means?
Two step in.
What is it?
Two step in.
Well, absorbent means that something is capable of absorbing, but it doesn't necessarily have to be liquid. It can be light, it can be noise, it can be energy. Anything that is absorbent means that it'll take something in, it won't reflect it. So absorbent means it takes it in, it doesn't reflect it. Alizarin, did anyone get that word? Alizarin? Ah, what do you think that is?
I'm not sure.
No idea. It is an orange, red, or brownish yellow crystalline compound used to make dyes. So it's a compound they put in paint mediums to make the colors for the acrylic and the oil. How about Arelin? What about that one? Did you get that one?
No.
It means, well, what it is a yellow pigment, and this is specifically used in oil and watercolor painting. So it's a compound, a natural compound, that they use to make oil colors and also watercolors. How about azo? Did anyone get that short one? That was an easy one to find. What do you think that one means?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a colorless particle that is important in a variety of painting and paint for artists. So it's a particular particle put into the paint compound to make it into a paint. So it's a very important part of making paint that we would then make pictures with. How about blue? Did anyone get blue? Yeah, what do you think blue means?
It's a color.
It is a color. Where is it on the color wheel? What color is before it and after it?
It's before purple, or after purple, right? Wait, okay, violet. Violet, okay, close enough.
Okay, and what's before it?
Alright. Oh, okay. Blue.
It is blue. Try again. What's before blue?
Green. Red.
Green. Actually, the actual term for blue, the definition that you guys will want to write down and know, is the color of the sky. Blue is one of the three primary colors of light and pigment. So it is one of the three primaries. Remember, you can add colors to blue to make new colors. What color would you get if you added red to blue? What do you think?
Violet.
Violet. How about if you added green? Oh, sorry, yellow to blue. Green. I gave away the answer. No. Anyway, how about a brush? Who got the word brush? Evan, what do you think a brush is?
Something that has things sticking out of it used for what?
Is a implement consisting of bristles hair or wire set in a handle and used for painting. You were very, very close. You add the bristles part and the handle. Get the handle part? Alright. How about cadmium?
No.
Anybody get that one? Spelled C-A-D-M-I-U-M.
I'm looking for that.
Anybody get that one? On their list? Somebody has it. Oh, you have a lot of these words already. Alright, it's a metal that is used to make red, orange, and yellow paints as a pigment stabilizer. So it's a metal that's used in red, orange, and yellow paints as a stabilizer. And a stabilizer is something they use to make sure the paint stays together. All those different compounds that are used to make the colors, they want to make sure they stay mixed together. So this is a metal used to help do that. How about a canvas? Julie, what is a canvas?
A thing you can paint on.
Okay, well, what is it made out of?
It can be made out of anything.
I suppose it could be. What's it traditionally made out of if you wanted to go buy it at the store?
Wait, I don't know.
What do you think, Evan?
Fabric.
It is a type of fabric. It's a heavy cotton, hemp, or jute fabric used in making a painting surface for art. So they stretch it out and they make it a surface you can paint on. How about beryllium? What is that? What do you think that is?
A color.
It is. It's a deep blue color. It's also used on the pigment that you put into paint. How about charcoal? Does anyone use charcoal? What do you think, Ethan?
I think it is ash compact together to make a utensil of drawing.
Well, it says a stick of black or dark gray form of carbon, which is what you get after you burn wood, used for drawing pictures. So it was pretty close, wasn't it? And it helps to have used it before to know what it is, huh?
Yes, it does.
How about coats? Anybody get coats? Now, am I talking about the winter coats that we put on when we leave? No.
Animal coat.
No animal coats either. And Dana, what do you think I'm talking about with art when we're talking about coats?
Layering of paint?
Layering of paint. It is a thin layer that covers something. Usually we're talking about paint. If we're using other things besides paint, but we're covering something and we're making it, it can also be considered a coat of something. How about cobalt? This one you guys might have heard before. What do you think, Michaela? What do you think cobalt is? Cobalt. What do you think that is? Have you heard that word before? No? Well, cobalt is a tough, brittle, silvery white metal used in coloring ceramics.
Oh, it's like
It's something you would be putting on the outside of a ceramic.
oh, it's like that glass, but it's like white and stuff.
Well, I think you would have to fire it. How about, okay, this one's easy, dried. Evan, you have dried. What is dried going to refer to in art?
Paint dried.
Paint dried, glue dried, anything you're using that you don't want to ever come apart again, come off, right? Okay. And how about drying? Do you have that one? Well, you have dried, but what is drying? You have that one too. Is when something is drying, is it wet still? Maybe a little bit? Is it all the way dry? No, so drying is in between. A state between wet and dry. How about, okay, well, you know this one. How about an easel? What is an easel? It's that thing your sister got that in that box that comes apart and stands up. Remember that? An easel, Julie? What is an easel?
It's a stand for a canvas, so it makes it easier for you to paint.
It is. It's a freestanding upright support for painters of canvas and blackboard, using sometimes made out of wood or movable parts. How about yourself one. What do you think it is?
I'm guessing it's a type of drawing utensil made out of charcoal and oil.
No. Kind of not even close, but we'll give you an A for effort. Encaustic is a work of art whose colors are fused to the surface by the application of heat, especially earthenware tiles decorated. Things like ceramics and tiles. It's a process. So encaustic is a process of applying colors and then heating them to keep them on the surface of whatever you put them on. How about framing? How about framing? Anybody have framing? You have framing. What is it?
Oh, is it you frame around a picture?
Okay.
Oh wait, I got one. I got it. It's like if you draw a picture or something, you can like put something on it.
So it's something that goes around a picture, right? It frames it. Framing it is what you would do to a picture. You can frame lots of different things. How about gesso?
Oh.
Really? You know what gesso is?
I think it's because
Nope.
it's a type of like, you know, like glass and metal and stuff like that. It's a type of thing. It's a.
You're thinking.
What? It's like a. It's a very
It's
black.
like
It's like a clay. It's a gesso. It's like a clay.
Gesso is a mixture of plaster and glue used in sculptures and as background for painting. If you wanted to do a painting that had lots of texture on it, you could put the gesso on the canvas and then you could paint the picture on top of that after it dries.
Is that one?
So right now we have several processes here. We have a canvas, we have an easel to put the canvas on, we have lots of colors to use on it, now we have gesso to put on the canvas to give it texture, and we have brushes to paint with. So we have almost everything here to make a picture, don't we? Alright, so how about Gembaji?
Oh! It's a Chinese dumpling.
No, not a Chinese dumpling. It is a gum resin obtained from a various Asian trees that produce yellow pigment. So you kind of had the Asian going there. You were going right direction. What's your question? Gembaji.
How's that?
Somebody should have it on their sheet. It starts with a G.
It's
G-A-M.
G-A-M-B-O-G.
Yep.
I do.
You have that word.
I don't know
Good.
what it means.
Okay, we need to settle down.
Well, I just
Over here.
okay. What's
Put
it?
your hand down. I haven't asked a question. Julie? Okay. Green. Alexis, what is green? Okay, what comes before green? What comes after green? Blue. Very cool. A color in the spectrum between yellow and blue. It's like the color of grass. Something we can remember. Hue. Anybody know what that word means? What is hue? Evan, you know?
No idea.
H-U-E. Did anyone get it on their sheet?
I did. I did.
What is hue, Bethany?
Oh, it's like a type of thing.
Not a type of animal.
No, I get it.
Now go ahead and put your hand down. You got to guess.
I got it.
Julie.
It's like a fog almost. like a cloudy thing or something.
No.
No, it's like a.
Bethany. It's Ethan.
A devious assumption assumes that it would be a like, you know, blending in forms of drawings or paintings coming together.
A hue. Let me stop you there because that sounds like a long explanation. Hue just means a color or shade of something. So you have light hues, Julie and Bethany. You have light hues and you have dark hues. You have a light color and a dark color of each color.